things about this process that all you guys are going to work yourselves through, no matter if you're a senior guy or anybody that's got more time than just next fall. Okay? I'm hoping that this interaction leads us to other ones moving forward. I'm hoping this interaction leads us to other visits, game days, official visits moving forward. I'm hoping there's more to this. There's guys representing this year's class that were at this camp last year for us, guys. Okay? Now, if you come to a visit, you're going to hear me say two things. We're talking about our culture, which is always something that's really important to you guys. We're also going to talk about the values that help prop it up. The Shippensburg Standard is the culture that I feel like we are charged to uphold. Guys, Coach Burkett told you, I've been at this for a semester. The two guys I'm following were in charge of the program for 36 years. Coach Reese recruited me here. He hired a couple guys that were over here. Coach Mack brought me back. He was the defensive coordinator while I was here. He was the head coach up until last fall. Hall of Fame football player for us and 15 years as a head coach. So I'm standing in a pretty big shadow, guys. And those guys had a lot of success while I was here. So I'll talk you through the standard to make sure that you know Coach Reese and Coach Mack are still up front and the way they led the program is still what happened. But I will give you some inside knowledge of some of the values. There's 4 of them. Excellence in everything we do. Okay? Develop dads. Championship family is the one that I want to harp on real quickly to you. Okay? I talked to a couple head high school coaches here. And you guys might stress this day harder than you should. And I'm saying that as a guy that's leading this camp. If you feel like your 40 time wasn't a huge representative of who you are, or if you feel like your broad jump wasn't a huge representative of who you are, or you thought you did a great job, I'm here to tell you that's okay. Your grades and your film are far more important than that. And when we say championship family, when that shirt that you have on, words are important. Words lead to actions. Okay? If there's a problem that needs fixed, what's the first step to fixing it? Admitting that there isn't, right? If you're struggling at math, what should you say? I'm having a hard time in math class. Okay? So championship, guys, and when you think of it, what do you think of? Trophies, right? Is that what you're thinking of? That's not the how we're using it inside of your shirt. That's not how we're using it inside of your value. Our values we have here, excuse me. Championship stuff, guys, is the process that you have on a day in, day out basis. It's who you are regularly. It's a habit you form to get yourself to raising a trophy or having an opportunity to be in that last game. And the example I used all winter was Indiana. You guys all watched that game in January, right? They played Miami and they won that football game, right? How many national championships had Indiana had prior to January of 2026? 0. So those kids and those coaches had to live that way, act that way, and they might have been laughed at along the process, along the whole damn thing. And I promise you they might have had a bad 40, they might have had a bad broad jump, they might have had a bad practice, but it didn't define who they are. So when you break that shirt up, championship and family, we inside of our football programs want to be champions in everything we do. Academically, athletically, and socially. I haven't seen too many All-American football players that have a 2.0 GPA. I haven't seen too many All-American football players that are getting in trouble outside of campus regularly. If you're that good as a football player, you probably have everything else in order, right? So that's how we move and groove and operate. The other thing's family. You guys ask that, and every time we visit your high school, every time, Coach, what's your culture like? What's your locker room like? What's your family like? Can we show you family in an afternoon? No, we can't. Okay? There might be moms and dads up here. I'm sure you might have some wonderful conversations with your parents. I'm sure you might have some tough conversations with your parents. We have to be able to do that too, guys. We have to look at you, if you're inside of our football program, on practice fields, in meeting rooms, in the locker room, and say, you need to get better. And you need to hear that sometimes. Your best friend is the one that tells you the truth. Okay? Your best friend is the one that tells you the truth. We have got to speak truth at all times. Okay? So the reason you have that logo and that saying on your shirt is because it's a way we are moving and grooving and operating on a daily basis. So I really hope that today went really well for you. And my guess is, if it did, you probably did a lot of stuff that led you here today. You've probably been in the weight room with your team. You've probably are maybe a multi-sport athlete. Man, I love football wrestler combos. Okay? My guess is if you had a good day today, this isn't your first good day in 2 or 3 months. You've probably stacked some good days a long way to get here. Is that fair to say? Okay. So again, I thank you so much for being here. I do believe that there's a lot of momentum developed inside of our football program, as I alluded to. Okay, I hinted at 4 values that are strong inside of our football program. I didn't tell you them all. There's one more that I like to talk about here to really celebrate today, to celebrate the weather, to celebrate your parents, to celebrate us and our situation and circumstances. Okay, and the last one is faith, family, football. Okay, the family that prays together stays together. And just to prove to you that Coach Reese and Coach Max still have influence inside of our football program, is I'll quote Coach Reese for you right now. He would have us as a football team on bended knee in front of him, and didn't matter good, bad, or indifferent, what he would say to us in times that we needed to talk in this manner, he would say to pray to your own God in your own way. So I would like you to think right now of some reason to be grateful, because there's a lot of people that like to be here that maybe couldn't for whatever reason. An injury, distance, situations, and circumstances. Maybe your parents helped you get here. Maybe a coach helped you get here. Okay? Maybe you're coming off a state basketball championship. I don't care. Find a reason to be grateful. Okay? Find a reason to be grateful, and let's take a moment for a little bit. Okay? All right? Go ahead. Thank you. Lastly, there's one reason we do one prospect camp and one prospect camp only. We do not have 3 of them. We do not have 4 of them. We have 1 because we want to do one right. And I really feel like this one was done right for you guys and for us as a football program. I do not want to have satellite camps across the state. I do not want to go to some high school in Philly, some high school in Pittsburgh, some high school in Altoona, and be there. Because if you're interested in Shippensburg, I'd like you to come to our campus. Because one of the best selling points we have is what, guys? Look around. If you're interested in our place, the best thing I can do is get you here. Show it to you as closely as I can. Only imagine it with those stands full, the scoreboard lit, and a band here supporting you 5 or 6 games during the course of the year. It's a special situation and circumstance. So if you're wondering why we only do this once, because we only want to do it right, and I sure as shit don't want to do it anywhere else but here. Okay? Thank you again, guys.